moving and shaking going on in the Indiana Fever organization, because they have definitely let go of a player. Now, I know y'all thinking, what does this mean? This means Caitlin Clark return is sooner rather than later. Could that be why we did not see Caitlin come back? I mean, we did not see Caitlin travel with the team this past week. I don't know.
The Indiana Fever just shook the basketball world with a move no one saw coming. They released a player who was supposed to hold things together until Caitlin Clark returned. And now everyone is asking the same question. Does this mean Clark is coming back much sooner than expected?
Indiana Fever have officially released Kyra Lambert, a guard from overseas who Stephanie White signed on a trust me bro recommendation. Somebody who Stephanie White didn't even know existed up until about 8 days ago. Unfortunately for Kyra Lambert, her time on the Indiana Fever has come, and her time on the Indiana Fever has gone. Best of luck to you and your future endeavors.
Only a few days ago, the Fever signed Kyra Lambert out of urgency. Their backcourt was falling apart with injuries stacking up fast. Caitlin Clark, Ari McDonald, and Sydney Colson were all sidelined, leaving the team desperate for answers. Lambert had just finished a strong run in Greece's A1 league, and the Fever hoped she could step in and steady the ship.
Why is this move curious? Well, Lambert was on a 7-day deal, so the Fever could just be looking at this break knowing that her contract was going to expire anyway and not wanting to waste her time. But under the hardship rules, as that it has been, put out there and publicized, the Fever only had to release one of the two players between Odyssey Sims and Kyra Lambert once Caitlin Clark was back. But one of them was...
Lambert came in ready to fight for her spot, and for a moment, it seemed like she might become their short-term solution. But then came the twist. She was cut before even finishing her 7-day deal. Moves like that do not happen without a bigger reason. Why let go of a player before she had a real chance? The answer feels obvious. Caitlin Clark's return is closer than anyone imagined.
Blessing, having the journey that I've had, and just, remaining faithful, trusting God, and doing the work, and just to see it all come back around and have this opportunity.
What's this opportunity in the W mean, given all that you've worked to get to this point?
Yeah. I mean, it means everything, to, again, just remain faithful and trust the process. It speaks to resiliency, it speaks to faith, and I'm really excited to be here.
What's your familiarity, if anything, with this team, with Steph, with how they want to run things?
Yeah, I've been watching the W for years. It's the best basketball in the world, so, I've been watching and I've been...
Fans were quick to connect the dots. This had nothing to do with Lambert's performance. It was about clearing the way for something far more important. The Fever needed to make space, not because of a struggling guard, but because Caitlin Clark, the face of the franchise and the league's biggest draw, is about to step back on the floor.
Sims has played herself into more of a role for the Fever. She got a bunch of minutes in the game on Sunday, 42 minutes for Sims. Lambert didn't play, right? So you can see relative one to the other, where the Fever were looking at things from the pecking order standpoint. Now there's also the Sophie Cunningham injury, but to be honest, I'm not sure how that would impact things unless they felt they needed somebody at that position rather than more depth at the point guard.
Clark has been sidelined with a groin injury, but signs point to her recovery speeding up. The timing of Lambert's release sends a loud signal. The Fever expect Clark to be ready soon, and they want the roster clear for her return.
Oh, the most pointless contract of all time. The most pointless 7-day of all time. Kyra Lambert. They didn't even give Kyra Lambert a page on the WNBA website. I'm not joking. If you type in WNBA.com and you look at the Fever's last game, maybe they updated it because she actually saw the floor. Fever versus Connecticut. Kyra Lambert played a grand total of 4 seconds. She played 4 seconds. It would have been better off just to not play her. Oh wait, it rounded up to 5. They didn't even give her a WNBA page. They did not even give her a WNBA.
The decision to keep Odyssey Sims instead of Lambert also speaks volumes. Sims offers veteran leadership and flexibility, and she is more than capable of shifting into a supporting role once Clark takes over the offense again. The Fever are thinking ahead, balancing short-term needs with the long-term goal of making Clark's comeback as seamless as possible.
Fever fans, I don't know, we might have some good news. Well, we might have some great news. Cece, my precious Cece, might be returning. Might be. You hear me? Because they just released Kyra Lambert. You hear me? She had 3 ACL tears. So she wasn't good for nothing anyway. She fragile. How you have that many ACL tears? But thank you for providing us 7 days of your presence. You hear me? We needed you to fill in. You hear me? Because the GOAT, the greatest of all time, is about...
The timing could not be more perfect. The Fever's break after their matchup with Connecticut lines up almost exactly with Clark's projected recovery window. Injury updates and team practice plans hint that Clark is eyeing a full return to action right after the break. That sets up a possible comeback on August 26th against Seattle, a game that could become one of the most anticipated moments of the season.
Know that once Caitlin Clark was back, one of the 2 hardship signings was going to have to go. So that's naturally where people's heads were thinking when it was reported on the ESPN broadcast that Clark, the hope was she would return to practice this week with target dates the 22nd, 24th, 26th, those games being thrown out as potential return dates. Now, I don't have any other updates on that. I mean, I took Stephanie White's comments as they hope still she returns to at the regular season a little less confident than the...
Even without Clark, the Fever have not collapsed. They have fought hard, found ways to compete with top-tier teams, and proved that they are deeper than people thought. Natasha Howard has been a major part of that resilience, stepping into a leadership role and keeping the team competitive.
They definitely need to invest in international scouts because I know your boy John Liquidator ain't the best advocate when it comes to overseas players, but something I would say, they play hard, bro. Those overseas players play like they got something to prove. I give them that. But far as me, I feel like we got enough talent here at home in our home country to get players. Somebody said every day I question if Amber Cox and Stephanie White are even on the same.
When Clark returns, she will be joining a team that has already learned how to win under pressure. That combination could completely change the playoff picture. Reports suggest her likely return falls between August 22nd and August 26th, with the Seattle Storm game circled as the most realistic target. If Clark comes back healthy, the Fever's late-season push could turn into one of the biggest stories in the WNBA, giving the league a boost and giving Indiana a shot at something few. Predicted.
Throughout her second season in the WNBA, Caitlin Clark has posted 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.8 assists per game for the Indiana Fever. Clark started the season on a tear under Stephanie White, but has since struggled to stay on the court, playing her second season as a professional. The Fever have 9 remaining games of their regular season schedule. They have a long break before their next matchup on Friday. The venue will be open, giving Clark a chance to rehab as the Fever take several days off from game.
Let's be honest, this is bigger than just Clark stepping back onto the floor. It is about what the Fever could become with her leading them. Last season was rough, but this year they have shown they can hold their own even without their star. Now, picture what happens once Clark returns. A strong finish and a playoff spot could turn the whole season into a storybook comeback. With her running the offense, it is easy to imagine Indiana making real noise in the postseason. The choice to release Kyra Lambert caught plenty of fans off guard. Why let go of someone who was supposed to represent the future? The truth is simple. The Fever are not looking for placeholders. They want difference makers, and that is exactly what Caitlin Clark represents.
Fever, we have a chance. But the only thing I'm concerned about is she 100% healthy? You hear me? And I need to know what's going on with Sophie, because that's her enforcer. Because everybody else on the team be acting like they scared and softer than Charmin tissue. You hear me? Y'all better protect my precious CC by any means necessary. Playoffs. That's right there in the view. You hear me? Here we come. The referees need to get it in gear. I still don't trust
Indiana's decision to part ways with Lambert, this early tells you everything about how much faith they are putting in Clark's recovery. The focus now shifts to what her role will look like when she is back. Everyone knows Clark is not just another player. She is the kind of talent who can shoulder an entire team. Before the injury, she was averaging 16.5 points, 8.8 assists, and 5 rebounds per game. Those numbers speak volumes about how much the Fever have been missing her presence.
That they are being extraordinarily deliberate with every step in this process when it comes to Caitlin Clark. But like I said on Sunday, that's the kind of win, if I'm CC, that I watch and say, I got to get back out there. Like, nothing can stop me from rejoining this team this season. That fight that they showed.
This is not simply the return of a star. It is the return of the centerpiece of their offense. Clark will be the glue that pulls this team together. For her, the comeback goes far beyond basketball. It is not just about recovering physically or boosting the Fever's chances. It is personal. After months of rehab, this is her opportunity to prove to herself and to everyone else that she is still one of the league's elite. It is about reclaiming her place among the very best.
If she's going to play, I hope that she comes back successful. I hope that she can come back as a difference maker, because the playoffs are around the corner and the Indiana Fever are much better when she's on the team. She takes so much responsibility and able to dictate pace and able to control the momentum of the game and also generate points for herself and for others. And she makes the game easier for all her teammates. So I know they would love to have her back. My biggest concern is the injuries, and for selfish reasons, I would prefer her, Paige Beckers, Angel Reese to just sit out for the rest.
So here's what everyone's really wondering. When exactly does Caitlin Clark return? The signs are pointing to somewhere between August 22nd to 20th.
The buzz around Clark's return is electric. Social media is filled with countdowns, celebratory clips, and endless speculation. Fans see her comeback as the spark that could change everything for Indiana. But returning from an injury is not just a physical challenge, it is a mental battle too. Clark has always been defined by her work ethic, and that will matter just as much as her talent when she steps back onto the court. Her mindset will be as sharp as her shot. Beyond Indiana, her return will send ripples across the WNBA opponents. No, the balance of power could shift the moment she checks back in. And the Fever are not just planning for now. By cutting Lambert and keeping Sims, they are thinking about the future. Young players are maturing, the roster is deeper, and Clark will return to a team more prepared to win. It is not just about one season. It is about building a winning foundation in Indiana with Clark at the center of it.
Down to this season and Caitlin Clark's return. If they hope to make the playoffs, this is what's got to be done. She's got to come back, and she's gonna have to win. She's got to win even with Stephanie White as her coach. Good Lord, she will be the GOAT if she can pull that off at this point.
Clark's comeback might be exactly what the Fever need to chase a serious playoff run. This team has nothing to lose and everything to prove. A healthy roster, a hungry mindset, and Clark leading the charge could bring the postseason the kind of drama fans crave. Keep an eye on Indiana. This story is only beginning, and with Clark back, they might shock the entire league. The real question is, can they pull it off?